Today we are discussing The Killer. It is David Fincher's second straight movie to go right to Netflix after having a limited release, and it stars Michael Fassbender. When a job goes wrong, a hitman sets out to kill 4 targets responsible for putting his significant other in the hospital. Alright, David Fincher, what do you got? His last movie was Mank. Even if that wasn't quite the movie for me, I respect everything that went into the making of Mank. I think, from a technical standpoint, it is one of the best movies made so far since 2020. Other than that, for Fincher, I think he is a spectacular director. One of my favorites working in the industry. Zodiac, Gone Girl, Seven, among many others, are staples of cinema. David Fincher has cemented himself over the years as one of the greatest directors to ever work in Hollywood. And those are just a few of my favorites from Fincher. I didn't even mention movies like Fight Club or The Social Network. This is why every single time a new David Fincher movie comes out, I am ecstatic to watch it, even if it's not something I'm totally thrilled about plot-wise, like Mank. And beyond his excellent filmography as a director, what I like about David Fincher is how he rarely works with big-name actors more than a few times. The only one that comes to mind is Brad Pitt in Seven and Fight Club. But you look at this movie, The Killer, you have Michael Fassbender. In Mank, you had Gary Oldman. Gone Girl, Ben Affleck. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo was Daniel Craig. It goes on and on. It's always different actors. But of course, this movie stars Michael Fassbender. I was excited to see what the duo between Fincher and Fassbender could accomplish. It was kind of wild when I realized Michael Fassbender's character, who, by the way, only goes by The Killer, which is awesome, doesn't have much dialogue in the movie on screen. When on screen, Fassbender gives a great visual performance through facial expressions of a man deeply wounded on the inside who his entire life has been controlled by people who are worse than him. I think Fassbender does a great job in this movie. He's always remained one of my favorite actors ever since I saw him in the X-Men movies, and The Killer is almost like his own take on the James Bond character, which is sad to think about because I doubt we will ever see Michael Fassbender play James Bond, considering he's in his 40s, his time has passed, but we do have him in this movie, which is great. I loved how The Killer was split into 5 chapters, plus an epilogue. It gave more character to the movie, differentiating it from a typical hitman job gone wrong film. The moment I saw the first chapter appear on screen, I thought it was the coolest little thing. It was almost as if I was playing a video game controlling this character and his every movement. From start to finish, I found this movie exceptionally executed, mostly entertaining. There's a fight sequence in the middle of the movie that might be the best hand-to-hand combat scene of the year. Sorry, John Wick Chapter 4. This one is white knuckle, brutal, gory. It's everything I ever wanted to see from a David Fincher fight scene. But most importantly, this is a well-written crime film with Fincher offering a dose of what a hitman might be thinking on the regular. I enjoyed hearing what this character was thinking about. Sometimes it's even funny, and this persona Michael Fassbender has adapted from the screenplay is one of my favorites of the year. I don't know about you guys, but I'm already giving a lot of thought to being the killer for my 2024 Halloween costume. Although I will say, The Killer is not quite as sharp as Fincher's best of the best, despite being shorter than your typical Fincher movie. Once you get to Chapter 3, the movie slows down, and it takes a while to get to that great fight sequence in Chapter 4. The movie is very tedious, and I don't think it had to be during this chapter in particular, in which Fassbender's character is trying to retrieve this vital information about the people who were responsible for putting his significant other in the hospital. It's too drawn out. You could have easily trimmed time on this chapter. Also, I wish we saw more killing in the field for Fassbender's character. I know he does a lot of that in the second half, but before everything goes to shit in the first chapter, it would have been nice had we seen his skills on display and maybe kill some people successfully before he shoots the wrong person by accident. The Killer is not at the top of David Fincher's best, but if you're somebody like myself who, after watching Mank, was hoping that eventually Fincher would dive back into what he's known for, the crime and thriller genres, The Killer is the movie you've been waiting for since Gone Girl. And I'm happy to say it's a return to form for the director. I am giving The Killer an 8 out of 10. Alright, for those of you who have also seen The Killer, what are your thoughts of it? Do you like it more than some of David Fincher's most recent movies? Do you rank it higher than his all-time greats? Where would you rank this movie among all of David Fincher's best? Let me know down below in the comment section. And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see you next time.